My drive, man. Moto show baba gbe ko baba e lomi.
Wọ́n ti dé o. Ẹ̀yin náà ń kà á. Kí lẹ wí? Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ ní kí ló dé tá à ń yà wọ́n? Ṣé ẹ fura? Wọ́n ń wọlé báyìí lójoojúmọ́ ẹ fura. Wọ́n ti dé o. Ẹ̀yin náà ń kà á. Kí lẹ wí? Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ ní kí ló dé tá à ń yà wọ́n? Ṣé ẹ fura? Wọ́n ń wọlé báyìí lójoojúmọ́ ẹ fura.
We know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. What is left for us to conclude? If we are going to do negotiation, do it and finish it. If we are going to fight, we'll fight it to the finish. What is the big deal? We know everything. Why are we covering? Why are we covering all these things? And I want to align myself with distinguished Senator Abaribe. Sir, the issue that must take precedence is who withdrew the soldiers from Maga Primary School, on whose instruction. The world want to know, Nigerians want to know, we that is particularly affected, we want to know, sir. First of all, colleagues, I am very happy and sad at the same time. Happy in the sense that the 24 girls from Maga in my own constituency that were abducted have been released and they are all safe and healthy. They have not been molested. But distinguished Senate President and colleague, we must search our minds. As we keep saying, sir, we know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. What is left for us to conclude? If we are going to do negotiation, do it and finish it. If we are going to fight, we'll fight it to the finish. What is the big deal? We know everything. Why are we covering? Why are we covering all these things? And I want to align myself with distinguished Senator Abaribe. Sir, the issue that must take precedence is who withdrew the soldiers from Maga Primary School, on whose instruction. The world want to know, Nigerians want to know, we that is particularly affected, we want to know, sir. Because if we don't get to the bottom of this incident will be repeating itself. Thank you very much, the Senate President.
And you have spoken on behalf of the Senate. And by implication, you have spoken on behalf of Nigerians. We are, even as I speak now, we are still facing the attacks. This is orchestrated, this is organized, and this is meant to damage the image of democracy. And all these things started with just a tweet from President Trump. People are trying to justify or call on the American president to come here and attack people. And they started by talking about religious...
We take only one example. The governor of Kebbi said that somebody ordered troops out and people were kidnapped. Till today, nobody in Nigeria knows what happened. And no question has been asked. And we are sitting down here as a parliament and we turn and we talk. Yet, somebody is responsible. If I'm the commander-in-chief, I will call the army commander in that place and the head of the army and say, if you don't get me the head of this person, who withdrew the troops to put all these children in jeopardy. Then you make an example of him. That is how a country is run. A country is not run on pacification. A country is run on confronting issues.
Can a Fulani man arrest a southern farmer or a southerner in the north and say he's taking them to the police station? What are you taking them to the police station for? Because you are a southerner. Can that kind of a thing happen in the north? How many people have they killed and kidnapped that they took to police station? The Fulani Dantawu. Nigerian government is silent over these atrocities. Nigerian government is compromising the security of Nigeria for political conquest. I'm not surprised the Ogun State people are not experiencing it. Bros, let me tell you, the Amotekun cannot handle these people. They are too sophisticated. They are highly sophisticated, especially states that have large, big forests. If you look at those states, they are very easy. And you know how they operate. They come with trailers. You think they are normal human beings. They are not normal human beings when they come with their trailers. How effective is the banning of grazing in Nigeria? Even after they have banned that, are they talking of grazing this time around? They are pretending under different cover up. And they have continued to infiltrate the southern part of the country because they said it before. Southerners, as it, why is it that they are just pretending that as if they don't have pre-knowledge of many years of signals and warning by these people that they must conquer the southern part of the country, especially. So they should not be surprised, and they are doing it. The political machineries they are using cannot be said not to be known by the government. The Yorubas should wake up to reality
but you like to
and
president.
stop seeing the Igbo people as your enemy. We don't raise hand against you. Why would you continue to project hatred simply because you share the national power, political power with the Fulanis? That what don't make you see Igbo man. What you are enjoying with the Northerners currently now is just for a time being. And just like what I said before, nobody knew that the United States of America are recorded and documented since 2009 on the development of the jihadist conquest plan in Nigeria. And when they brought it out, they said there's Christian genocide. The government started lobbying. Well, America might be taking their time, but I think it has gotten the legislative required numbers, votes, to invade Nigeria. Whether they carried it out or not, logistics in this kind of thing is also very important. It takes time.
Okay, but do you not think that the president, him being a Yoruba man, should what? Do you not think at time, even though it's secretly, do you not think at time he fully invest in security in the certain parts of Nigeria?
Security. This is a matter of government taking a decisive decision to return Nigeria to Aburi. Return Nigeria to Aburi. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can you return Nigeria to Aburi? Can you return Nigeria to regionalism? Can you disarm this federal structure that allows and sees the North as the godfathers of other regions? And unless you come to them, you can never access political power. There should be a lot of resistance in that regard. And I'm telling you very clearly that at this point in time, it becomes a mystery on how Nigeria think that they are going to wrinkle out from what they deliberately entered because they don't want an Igbo man rise. They don't want Igbos to rise. But the God of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the God of Israel, in one way or the other, just like the way we saw it very clearly that Israel was rescued divinely. You can never tell. But let the will of God be done on a people who have suffered so much oppression and suppression. Lies, gang up, compromise, media-related attacks on Igbo people that led to the 6 million lives lost during the 1967 war. It has continued, and this generation is saying enough.
Okay, but we saw in Rivers State where a local government in Rivers State, Eche to be precise, the youth and the farmers had to clash with the Fulanese herdsmen in Eche in LGA, Eche in Rivers State. We know that for a fact that Asawana boys are winning, and
It cannot say this is not winning. But
winning now.
sustainability is what we are talking about. The DSS has confirmed infiltration of Fulani herdsmen, jihadists, military in the entire River State. And you know that if they suppress that, then of course the resources of that state will be tailored towards a certain interest in the north, and they will use it to launch. Once they take over that place, is there the possibility of continue to conquer other states that are already there. The army is not talking. The police is not talking. Nobody is talking. Those who stand up to fight them are being arrested and killed by the authorities themselves. Then how do you continue on this process? If the South and the Southeast does not come together and forget about this political division called South and Southeast, then you must be ready to surrender to the Northern and Fulani Caliphate of the Sokoto. As simple as that. The Yorubas does not care, because they are already divided religious wise. You have some of them that are Muslims, you have some of them that are Christians, and they are telling you in few years from now there will be no Christian population in Yoruba land. That's why they are celebrating what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu online, creating all manner of AI and all that. But is Igbo man truly your enemy? That's the question you should ask yourself.
Okay, just recently we saw what happened in Abia State, where over 100 Fulani bandits were captured in Abia State, and it shows that Alex Oti is one of the governors seriously working towards to crush and to flush out bandits from South.
If you look at one of the things where the reason why Martin Nnamdi Kanu saw this thing coming and said that ESN is not a military, it's not meant for Nigerian military, it's not going to attack Nigerian military, it's not going. That ESN was created to fight the infiltration of the Fulani military, Boķoharam, ISWAP, and all that, who are planning on destroying the Biafran land. And that is the reason why it is called Eastern Security Network, to stop Fulani infiltration in the Biafran land. As simple as that. Self-defense. But Nigerian political class continue to twist that narrative to something else. And you can see that all this while you have not seen or heard that ESN leadership attacked a military checkpoint, attacked a police station. Where we normally see this thing on daily basis is in the northern part and the middle belt and some other places where we see that Boķoharam, ISWAP, and all of that are the ones in charge and all that. Look at what is happening. We must give credit to Alex Oti, who have rejected, because if Alex Oti have entered APC, possibly, he would have been experiencing what other governors who discount to APC are experiencing now: continuous Fulani infiltration in all the forests of those states currently now, especially in the southern part of the country. But you can see, when the news broke out, that unfortunately the ESA has manned surveillance on all the boundaries before we hear what happened in Akwa Ibom. And it paid off, where a lot of them were actually apprehended, arrested right inside a deep forest. And they are facing interrogation, and they are exposing a lot of things. The Nigerian police did not do that. The Nigerian army did not do that. It was reported that that accomplishment came from ESN. Disarmed them in Abia Forest. Arrest them. Some of them were being, tracked on their way trying to get water from, Imo River in Azumini. Let me just put it that way. They were tracked. And nobody escaped. It's a difficult terrain for you to think you can infiltrate Martin Nnamdi Kanu state, Abia state, God's own state. It cannot happen. And it tells you that it is something that they need to get it very clearly, because they are actually pushing Nigeria to a serious, collapse of, chaos and war. And we are seeing the same development.
Buying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would, an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over, and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Ogbomoso, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever, NIM or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forests, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know. They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabo in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk?